Either you're building wealth or you aren't. Again, this goes down to your bottom line. Either it's greater than it used to be, or it isn't. For many of us, especially now, it's not. And so now is the time to check in and say, hey, let's take a look. Either you're selling yourself in your business or you aren't. Again, this goes back to your mindset. If you don't have a powerful mindset, how could you possibly be selling yourself? Many of you say, well, I don't want to be a salesman. Many of you have negative context around sales. How many of you realize that each and every one of us, from the day we were born, are salespeople? Every single one of us. We've been selling our whole lives. Right? Because when we're hungry, what do we do as a child? We cry. That's sales. That's probably more powerful than most of the sales we're doing now. Number 9, either you are stepping up or you're standing down. Right? In many areas of life, not just in business. And number 10, 1/3 of the people in this room will never change their lives. 1/3 of the people in this room will never change their lives. And what that means is, what I'd like you to do is look to your left and look to your right. Look to the person on the left, look to the person on your right. If those people look motivated, you're that 1/3. Right? But here's the thing, right? Because each and every one of you have the opportunity, and you've shown up. And you've shown up in a place that most people would never show up on, especially on a Saturday morning when it's beautiful, more pretty here than it's been in the past many months, right? It's been cold here. It's been cold here. But you guys showed up on a Saturday morning, which means that for most of you, you are committed at a higher level than most people are in their lives. And you're committed at a higher level than most people are in their businesses, because while other people are out there at the pool or doing whatever they're doing on this summer, winter day, you're here. Not to rub it in or anything. So, I want to acknowledge you for being here, and I want to challenge you, because some of you have probably gone from seminar to seminar to seminar to seminar to seminar, taking tools, strategies, and principles, and you've never done anything with them. They've sat in that notebook that goes on the bookshelf, and that's where it stays. Right? For many of you, you've probably spent $10, $100, sometimes even $1 million. Right? I mean, I personally have had over $1 million in education in this environment. From seminars to events, et cetera, over $1 million in education. That's more than most people will ever invest in college, in their master's, and their doctorate program. Right? But that's what it takes to be successful. But here's the thing. Most of you will go through all of this training and never do anything with it. I know people that have spent literally millions of dollars over the course of 10, 15, 20 years, and they're still in the same place in their business and in their lives, wondering why they can't do anything. And you go in their office, and they've got bookshelves and bookshelves of binders, the product launch formula, the ultimate business, whatever, right? I mean, you've seen it. You probably have a lot of the books that are still sitting there, right? I mean, I remember I went to a Brendan Burchard boot camp. Anybody know who Brendan Burchard is? Write that name down. He teaches nonprofit partnerships and corporate sponsorships. He also teaches expert stuff and all different kinds of stuff. But the foundation of his work is partnership and corporate sponsorships. And I went to his boot camp, and I remember thinking, well, the partnership stuff sounds great, but that corporate sponsorship stuff, that's intimidating. And so when I did that, all of a sudden the corporate sponsorship binder went up on the shelf, and I stepped into the nonprofit partnership stuff because I said, nonprofit partners, well, they need money. I'm not asking them for money, I just need them to promote to their list, and it's very easy, and it was very easy. But the thing that would have elevated my business even more was adding in the corporate sponsorships, which, by the way, it's still sitting in my bookshelf. Right? So what are the things that are in your bookshelf? What are the seminars that you've been to where you need to go back, open that book, and actually take some actions? And take some actions immediately. We're going to give you a specific set of actions to take from this boot camp this weekend. And then the question is, when you leave, how is this boot camp going to be different from every other one you've attended? What's going to make this one the one that's going to get you into action? What's going to have this be the thing that pushes you to the next level and actually gets you into action to produce the results that you need to take? All of you are familiar with the law of attraction. The law of attraction is great, except they miss the part about action. right? And my friend John Assaraf, who's in the movie, he says, well, attraction is actually two words, attract and action. And he's right. If you don't take the action, you'll never produce the results. So, where are you standing in your own way? Where are you your own worst enemy? Now's the time to pick up the pen. But really, take a look, right? This is the part where you get to actually take a look. Where are you your own worst enemy? Where are you holding yourself back? Where are you not doing the things you know you need to do to produce your success? Where are you not willing to make the investment you need to make to move yourself forward in life and in your business? And he also brought up another part about team. Who's on your team? Who are the members of the team you need to build? We're talking a moment about networking. Your team is going to make the biggest difference between your success and your failure. We talk all over the world about Tony Robbins, the guy I used to work with. Many of you are familiar with him. Tony Robbins talks all about the power of team, but what he really talks about is he says there's no such thing as failure. There's only learning experiences. Well, I got news for you. In business, you're either succeeding or you're failing. Okay? We can talk, we can dress it up all nice, we can talk all about how it's challenges or whatever, but either you're succeeding or you're failing in business. Either your business is going out of business or it's building. One or the other. Okay? And the biggest difference is in your team. Because here's what I want you to understand. I just did an interview, I'm doing a new movie called The Power of Coaching. It's all about how coaching makes the biggest difference for people in their success. And one of the people we're interviewing is someone who's made $1 million plus in multi-level marketing. Now, those of you who know me know that I'm not a big fan of multi-level marketing. Not at all. Not my thing. Okay? But, upon interviewing this woman, and the reason is because they bring so many people in, and their dropout rate and their failure rate is so high. Any multi-level marketers in the room? It's okay. Okay, good. All right. But here's the thing, right? In multi-level marketing, their failure rate is so high. Higher than in any other industry. Okay? But there are people who have made $1 million plus in multi-level marketing, and they've done it successfully. And so we want to know why. How? What did they do that others didn't? Right? And what they said was, well, here's the thing. There's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. And if you look consistently, right, throughout the course of your business and every other business you've ever found, there's no such thing as a self-made billionaire or a self-made billionaire. Because here's why. Millionaires and billionaires have to have either partners, clients, customers, consultants, employees. You have to have somebody on your team. Even if it's only your customers, you have to have somebody. If you don't have somebody and you're trying to do it all alone, you are not going to succeed, right? So let's talk about a couple things. Two things real quick before we get into networking. What are the beliefs of successful individuals? What makes the difference? We talked about how successful people do things differently than unsuccessful people, right? Well, there's two belief systems that I've found consistent amongst the most successful business leaders. Okay? They mentioned earlier I've written 4 books. My second one was called The Power of Persistence. What we did was we studied all of the top leaders in business, health, wellness, relationships, personal development, all of the top leaders. And what we found was that there's consistent elements amongst their success. There were 2. The first one was the power of persistence. The second was the power of philanthropy. My third book was The Power of Philanthropy. Okay? When we studied them, we also found 2 key belief systems. The first was that each and every one of them, when faced adversity and when they were approached with an opportunity, they said, yes, unless I change my mind. They were facing adversity, approached with an opportunity, and every single one of them said, yes, unless I change my mind. Their immediate reaction opened them up to the opportunity. Because how many of you go through life saying no to every opportunity that approaches